mainly represented by not only the students and the faculty, but also the young Vice Chancellor. He started by saying that his university is the old, probably one of the oldest. But what I find unique in this university is one of the oldest university with one of the youngest Vice Chancellor. Let me start by saying that I'm impressed not only the presence of experts here, students, faculty, but also in a dais you see personalities which matter. Apart from Dr. Yogesh Singh, I see Dr. Mamta Agarwal, who is representing the chairman of AICTE, Dr. P.G. Sethuram. But more than that, I think she is one of the staunch supporter of net zero movement. We have official MOU with AICTE for taking this movement to all the educational institutes and possibly, the way our Prime Minister says, crossing the borders. Because after all, net zero is not only for one nation to do it, it is for all the nations to do it, and we need a partnership. We need a collective action. Dr. Yogesh Singh, I wanted to say that it's not only the heritage of these buildings that matter, but the vision that you are cherishing that matters first. It's not the sprawling lawns that matter, but your sprawling future projects, the schemes and the framework, that is going to matter a lot. And I think the whole India is looking at you for seeing that this is the university not only does the research in the laboratory, but as Prime Minister has advised for this university, that research comes in a campus outside the classrooms and starts implementing in a society. I'm not going to tell much about what is called as a net zero now, having got a perfect way of describing it from Dr. Yogesh Singh. My presentation here is specific to this workshop. I'm also impressed by the speakers who have come mainly to address this workshop. And let me emphasize why I'm saying this workshop. Dr. Yogesh Singh also said about the workshop. This is not a seminar, this is not a conference, this is not a symposium. It is a down-to-earth workshop where the students and the faculty will be guided in technical session, which will start after this inaugural session, so that they start the work tomorrow. Those who are more enthusiastic can start now. But I think that is the idea. The urgency of climate change is expressed by Antonio Guterres and repeated by Dr. Yogesh Singh, that we are on thin ice and ice is melting fast. And we are not running faster to save that ice. And I think the urgency cannot be expressed any more better term than this. So my job here is to put this initiative in a context and telling you what is coming in the rest of the day. So I have a small presentation here, and that I thought will be more effective than just reading it. So let me start. So it is inspired definitely by Antonio Guterres, United Nations Under Secretary General, and our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and particularly his mission life. And if you can recall, this mission life is not only for India, it's for the whole world, because it is jointly launched by Prime Minister and Antonio Guterres. Our mentors are Prakash Javadekar. And Honorable Javadekar was a former Minister of Environment, former Minister of HRD, now it's called Education, and also Information and Broadcasting. So he has a kind of a right thing how to communicate a complex problem to the public in India and to the students. The next is Erik Solheim, who is the Under Secretary General of United Nations, but also former Environment Minister of Norway. And he is one of the not only supporters of net zero movement, but also the environmental protection issues which Dr. Yogesh Singh mentioned about water and sewage treatment and those kind of things and zero liquid. We have signed a MOU with AICTE and it was supported by Minister of Education. And particularly he likes this U75 movement to proceed faster so that it becomes a model for all other institutes in India. And you can see the memorandum of understanding here. And then Dr. T.G. Sitaram, Dr. Anil Sahasrabudhe, who has been behind this movement. I'm showing you all this to see that this movement is not starting from here. It has come here to initiate the actions in the northern India. Minister of Environment, we have Minister of Power, we have a UGC, and we have a Niti Aayog. He's a former CEO. Now it is Dr. Subramaniam. But it started when he was there, Mr. Parameswaran. This has crossed the boundaries already. China is getting attracted to it, and China's students are taking pledge at present. In thousands of students and the faculty are coming out saying that we want to get net zero in our schools and in our campuses. This is that pledge. Peru, just giving example, extreme east and extreme west, how this movement is flowing so that you get inspired by literally starting it tomorrow. This is the Indian ambassador in Peru, and those are the university's students and the faculty in Lima. Ambassador Norway, this was a former one, the new ambassador of Norway has come. He has been backing it. And then the city which is coming in limelight now, Dubai, where COP28 is going to take place. And Rochester University in Dubai is getting carbon neutral. Pune University. And then I come to why youth and why campus. And why not any other societal group. And that is because of the demographic advantage that India has in terms of the youth potential. And that demographic advantage of having a largest number of percentage of population between the age of 18 and 24 that we would like to take advantage of. But not only taking advantage of them, but they are looking at us, that what advantage they can have and learn from us so that they start action. When we held a similar workshop in the western region and northern region, students were literally telling us, why it did not come before? Why it took such a long time? And I still receive the emails where saying, thank God, there is someone to come up with this idea that we can do that in university campus. So the students are waiting for it, and we are late. That youth, and our Prime Minister takes great pride in telling that we are the 5th largest economy, but at the same time, the largest percentage of the youth in that group, and we are the 3rd largest startup. But it's not just number. What we want to say is the 3rd largest unicorn startups. 100 crores they have grown in such a short time. And that shows the capacity, potential of the youth. And most of the startups are less than 40 years old, the chief of them. I don't see the 1.5 degrees centigrade. Dr. Yogesh Singh has already mentioned it to you. I was in Paris 2 months back in what is called as an École Polytechnique, is like IITs of France, if I may say so. And they have a weather station. And he says, For last 2 months, I am getting records which are more than 1.5 degrees centigrade. So it looks like we already failed. But let's take a World Meteorological Organization's figures, quoted as a 1.2 degrees centigrade, that we are approaching 1.5, but the urgency is maintained. So what is the objective? Objective is to take the potential of the youth in the campus. And remember, the future is going to be the green employment. So if students are thinking that this is going to be a burden on them, apart from the curriculum, apart from the examinations, and apart from their thesis and research, all these things are going to converge into the green economy, the green India. And the youth will be, who are working on this net zero project, will have an advantage in getting the green employment in the future. There are 2 sustainable development goals which are directly related to the climate. And we heard from Vice Chancellor that we are going to do this development, as Prime Minister says, till 2047 without compromising SDGs. Many of these SDGs, apart from 7 and 13, are related to the climate change, but these are directly related to it. So, we have this network called Smart Campus Cloud Network, within which net zero project starts. Smart is digitalization, because we have to verify what we are doing. We cannot say that we are already, our campus is already green. Some of the country says we are already net zero. Who verifies it? Who monitors it? And I think the digitalization is going to help. Campus is a living laboratory, cloud is sharing, and network is partnering. And we have net zero operating principles. These are very important. Learning by doing, accelerating by sharing. Let's not work in silos. Delhi University North Campus should cooperate with the South Campus. Delhi University should collaborate with JNU. But why only the Delhi? It can collaborate with any other campus in a university. And for that, we have this digital platform which will be explained to you by our experts. So, net zero is taking everybody along, and so that no one is left behind. Thank you very much. I would like to say that we are all fortunate not to have only dignitaries on a dais who are giving a sort of an inspiring start to this movement in northern India, but we have Chancellor of UPES, Dr. Sunil Rai, who is also my colleague from IIT. And we have Professor Gufran Beg, who is a Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award winner. He is a great scientist, and he is expert in air pollution. The one digital platform called Suffer India, which you see the air quality index today crossing 400 or 450, that's because of Dr. Gufran Beg. We also have Girija Shankar, who is from Ministry of Power, and he has a financial model to tell you about net zero, where the finances will come from and how you will benefit from it. We also have Sandeep Naran from ASSOCHAM, which is a business communities expert, which is going to talk about green building. And we have Kanak Raj, who is a UNDP expert, who is going to talk about the real case study, how the campuses have gone net zero.